Hey everybody, it's Alex from Alex and Erica's channel, and today we're talking about one of the most popular cruise ports in the entire Caribbean, Cozumel, Mexico. If you're sailing a Western Caribbean cruise, there's a very good chance Cozumel is on your itinerary. And in this updated guide, I'm going to walk you through the two main cruise piers, what you can do without even leaving the terminal, the best beach clubs like Mr. Sanchos and Paradise Beach, a few other excursion options, taxi tips, and a mistake we made that I don't want you to repeat. And just like always, I'm not paid by any of the places I mention in this video. Everything I talk about is based on our personal experience and research, because if we're going to do something or recommend something, we want to feel good about it. First, let's talk about why Cozumel is so popular. Cozumel has been a cruise destination for decades. Carnival is one of the reasons Cozumel has become one of the most visited ports in the Caribbean. Ships from Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, Disney, Celebrity, they're all here on a regular basis. On a busy day, you could have 4, 5, even 6 cruise ships in port at the same time. That means thousands of passengers getting off at once. So having a little bit of a plan makes a big difference. Now let's talk about the cruise piers, because this confuses a lot of first-time cruisers. There are two main terminals most ships use. The first is Puerto Maya. That's the Carnival-owned terminal, and it's usually the busiest. If you're on a Carnival-owned ship, Carnival, Princess, and many more, you're probably docking here. This terminal is basically its own little cruise complex. You've got restaurants, tequila tasting, bars, souvenir shops, pharmacies, jewelry stores, everything. There's even a small pool and margarita bar right there at the terminal. And taxis are lined up as soon as you walk outside. It's super easy. The second major pier is the International Cruise Terminal. Ships from Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, Disney commonly dock here. Same idea, restaurants, bars, shopping, pharmacies, coffee shops. So here's something important. You don't actually have to leave the terminal area to have a good time. If you just want tacos, margaritas, Wi-Fi, and some shopping, you can do that right there. If you forgot sunscreen or something basic, there are pharmacies everywhere. Just keep in mind that some medications sold over the counter in Mexico aren't legal to bring back into the US, so use some common sense. Also, you see a lot of jewelry stores there. Often these jewelry stores are sometimes owned by the cruise lines or in business with the cruise lines, so keep that in mind. Do your research, make sure what you're purchasing is something you feel comfortable with and you're getting a good price. Now let's talk about money. Do you need pesos? Not really. Most places accept US dollars and credit cards. We usually just use a credit card with no foreign transaction fees. If you do pay cash in US dollars, some places use their own exchange rate. Check the current exchange rate online and compare it. If you want pesos, use an ATM at a local bank, but avoid those freestanding ATMs. Now let's talk about something important. If you're trying to decide where to spend money on your cruise, Cozumel is one of the best ports to do it. Out of all the beach clubs we visited throughout Mexico and the Caribbean, Cozumel is honestly right there at the top for overall value. And here's why. You get beautiful water, it's a short taxi ride, all-inclusive day passes, there's large pools, water activities, solid food, great service. So if you're on a 7-day cruise and trying to decide where to splurge a little bit, this is one of the ports where it actually feels worth it. Let's start with the most famous option, Mr. Sanchos. We've been here multiple times, it's popular for a reason. You typically get all-inclusive food and drinks, beach access, lounge chairs, pools, there's water activities. And I'll say this, the food is surprisingly good, especially the seafood. If you know Erica, you know food to her really matters. A lot of the beach clubs across the Caribbean are burgers and fried food. Mr. Sanchos actually does a solid job with the Mexican dishes and the seafood. They also have floating water parks and inflatable obstacle courses if you're traveling with kids. Now the downside, it can get crowded, especially if multiple ships are in port. So if you want to go here, book ahead online. They do sell out. Check out the links in the pinned comment or the description below to make your reservations in advance. Another great option is Paradise Beach. It's very close to Mr. Sanchos. A lot of the cruisers actually prefer Paradise Beach because it feels just slightly more relaxed. The pool area is huge. It's one of the largest pools on the island. And you can usually choose between pay as you go or all-inclusive packages. So it gives you some flexibility depending on your budget. Service has always been strong. Food reviews are always solid. And it's really a good alternative. If you want something even quieter, look into some other alternatives, places like Bucanos, Nachi Cocom, or Cabana Beach. These usually limit the number of daily guests, so it feels a little more peaceful, it's a little more tranquilo. Better if you want a calm day instead of something that's a little more lively. Now, if beach clubs aren't your thing, there are other options. Cozumel is famous for snorkeling and diving. The reefs here are some of the best in the Caribbean. You can do catamaran snorkel tours, you can do an ATV or dune buggy tour around the island, you can taxi downtown to San Miguel for some local food and shopping. There's honestly something for everyone here. But if I had to rank it, Cozumel is one of the best beach club ports in the entire Western Caribbean. Now let's talk about taxis. Taxis here are safe and easy, but follow 2 rules. Agree on the price before you get in and pay at the end when you arrive. A few years back, we were leaving a beach club. It was chaotic, lots of people trying to get back to the pier, and I wasn't paying attention. My friend, who's actually from Mexico, so he really should have known better, handed money to a lady who was standing there acting like she was with the taxi group. We got back to the pier and the driver says, "That'd be $25. And my friend was like, "What? I paid the lady back when we got in the taxi." The cab driver was like, What lady are you talking about?" So we basically paid twice, and she clearly duped a few other people that day too. A lesson learned, pay the actual driver, pay at the end, and agree on the total price before you leave. And one last thing, Cozumel is famous for pier runners. The piers here are long, and toward the end of the day, you'll see people sprinting down the dock trying to make it back before the ship departs. If you've got a balcony facing the pier, grab a drink, enjoy the show, just don't be the show. Overall, Cozumel is one of those ports where you really can't go wrong. Relax at a beach club, go snorkeling, explore downtown, or just hang out near the terminal. Also, did you know back in the day, cruise ships would actually overnight here in Cozumel and allow you to be out the ship the entire time? Can you imagine the trouble that some people actually got into? Cruising has changed so much over the last 30 years, and these are just some of the memories I have when I was cruising as a kid. If you found this video helpful, share it with your cruise Facebook group or anyone in your traveling party. And if you're sailing the Western Caribbean soon, check out our other port guides for Roatan, Costa Maya, Belize, Grand Cayman, and many more. Thank you again for watching. Have a fantastic cruise, and we'll see you on the ship.